Welcome to Middle of Nowhere Entertainment's Potato Aim Podcast, Episode 4. I am Odin's Beard. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/OdinsBeard43. And you can find me on Twitter, which is OdinsBeard43, and Instagram, which is OdinsBeard43.
What's up, everybody? I am Raven F. You can find me on twitch.tv at Raven F. You can find me on Twitter at RavenF0_O and at Instagram 0_O.
And I'm Bumpy Rug. You can find me at twitch.tv/BumpyRug. I'm not on my Twitter a whole lot, but it's at RugBumpy. And you can find me on Instagram at BumpyRug. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway on my Twitch channel and on here, where this episode and the last episode, episode 3, if you like, comment on the video, you go into a raffle for a free gift card to whatever console you play, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, even
Nintendo.
even Switch, yeah, if you play that. And I'll be doing the drawing on episode 5 of the podcast, and I'll be reminding everybody on my Twitch channel as I stream, as I go on.
And we are on Middle of Nowhere Entertainment. We are on YouTube at Middle of Nowhere Entertainment. We're on Spotify as, is it Middle of Nowhere Entertainment? And Stitcher, Patreon, and everything. If you guys do enjoy us, we do appreciate any of the support, which is subs, follows, anything. We really do appreciate everybody right now.
And just throwing it out there right now for the Patreon patrons, as they're called, we are working on different products to get out to you if you opt to donate $5, $10, $15. We're working on t-shirts, little rubber bracelets, and money that we get from you guys from donations and Patreon donators, whatever you want to call it, patrons. We will be working on doing giveaways as well. I would like to try to give away good copies of games in the near future if we get enough. So like if we get, say, a few $100 donated, maybe we'll give out a collector's edition of a title to somebody or something, like take half of that money that we get and put it towards something. We'll figure something out. Anybody that supports us and shows us some help and, rides with us, we're going to do some stuff.
Yeah, and everything that we do get donated to us does go directly back into Middle of Nowhere Entertainment and our podcasts, whether it be new webcams, so stuff looks even better, new audio equipment, anything like that. Everything that we get donated does go directly back into our streams and into Middle of Nowhere Entertainment, since everything is collectively one. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about 3 big games that are coming out. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. We're going to be talking about Gears 5 and Borderlands 3. We've been really excited to do a episode just on a few games. We're going to try to keep this to about 45 minutes. That's what we're aiming for pretty much any episode. I know those first few were quite long, but we're going to try to keep this down to that. And we're going to be starting with Gears 5. Raven, do you want to take the beginning of this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been a big Gears of War fan since the original one came out back on the 360. It, to me, was pretty damn innovative as far as shooters went. It didn't quite set the bar like Halo did, but it offered a lot of new mechanics and everything. So with Gears 5, a lot of people are already aware of who JD Phoenix is from Gears of War 4 and who Kate Diaz is from Gears 4 as well. Throughout the story, she began helping JD. One of the biggest things, though, is that she appears to become the main character of Gears 5, and there's already been a big uproar about that. We know how people tend to get over female protagonists in games for whatever reason. I don't understand it. But I mean, it looks promising, looks interesting. A few things that really jump out at me is that Gears 5 will have free DLC for the multiplayer and maybe story. I haven't seen anything confirmed story-wise yet. No season pass, and they will have a free battle pass. I'm not sure exactly what we can expect from that free battle pass yet. It seems kind of interesting, looks promising from the little bit I've seen. Hopefully I'll be able to kind of link some of the articles in with the YouTube video down below in the description. that way anybody's watching or listening can have a reference point. But yeah, so that to me is a big deal, a big step in the right direction, because we've seen EA and many other developers and publishers taking a lot of heat as far as transactions go, microtransactions, which they've stated that they will have microtransactions, but they're all supposed to be cosmetic and not mean anything. So a free battle pass means anybody can jump in, play towards it, gives you something to grind for other than just your levels. Everything else that the game's going to have to offer. There's there's not been a whole lot of information that's come out about Gears 5 to my knowledge. I know that they've got a new game mode, like survival game mode, that kind of reminds me of Horde, but quite a different take on it. See, I'm trying to think if there's any other main points that I want to actually really bring up. Man, I don't know. Have you guys heard anything major about it that's come out? Like, it seems like it's more under wraps than any of the previous Gears titles and some of the other major titles that are getting released this year.
No, I haven't played a ton of Gears games or anything. I haven't put a ton of time into anything Gears related. I remember playing multiplayer back in the day, a lot with the Hand of God, freaking giant laser beam and everything.
Hammer of Dawn.
Yeah, Hammer of Dawn.
Hammer of Dawn. We called it the Hand of God because it would destroy everybody and it came out of the sky. But I'm really, what interested me in that game, and this isn't saying, like, I don't know if I'm going to go get it because I haven't played many of the Gears games, but what interested me was, like, even just off the trailer, what is going on with that main character, that female protagonist, is she straight good guy? She has some evil, like, obviously there's going to be a conflict of interest, I guess is the way to say it, with her.
There's sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, you're good, dude.
From what I remember reading, and I can't remember from Gears 4 because I didn't quite finish the story. I just kind of read a lot up on it. Kate was like an outsider from the Locust. Like, I guess her family is supposed to be Locust descent or something along those lines. And in one of the images that came out, I believe it's JD Phoenix, his arm, he's got something like wrapped around his arm, and you see like an odd pattern going from his bicep down. And there's been a lot of talk and a lot of speculation that it's like an infection, that the Locusts are an infection that came about. And I don't remember this being confirmed or denied, but everything kind of seeming to point that way, because if Kate truly is Locust from Locust descent, that to me kind of tells you that the Locusts are or were humans that received an infection or whatever the case might have been, got mutated. That's kind of interesting to me. I can't wait to see more about that, and it makes me really want to go back and finish playing Gears 4 because I feel like I might have missed a lot from not completing it. Maybe it answers my questions already. So if anybody's listening or watching, please feel free to comment or email us and tell us that we're idiots. And yes, this has already been answered.
I was thinking the same thing. I was going to be like, yeah, just tell us we're dumbasses and we haven't played through the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. I've worked so much in the last few years. I have a huge backlog, and Gears, unfortunately, is one of those that's just sitting there waiting to be played. And I've played a ton of the multiplayer, but never sat down to play the storyline yet. So I really need to finish that.
That is one thing that kind of would pull me back into Gears. I was a huge hardcore Gears fan when 1 and 2 came out. I played more 1 than, I did 2, but I mean, I beat the entire story on the hardest difficulty. I stayed up, grinded that game out forever because it was a hot game when it came out. It was rivaling like Halo fans and, top games at the time. And it got a big competitive scene. It was, really popular game. And then 2 came out and I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit it just as hard as 1. Kind of fell off. 3, I played around a bit. But the one thing that would really drive me to go out and get this Gears game is a story that I can actually get behind, because Gears stories, they've kind of been dry. And I know Gears not solely for the story. I know it's for kicking in doors and, cutting people in half with a chainsaw rifle. Like, I get it. But if they gave just a minor tweak to the story of like, hey, you can take option A in the middle of the story or option B, and it completely changes the dynamic of the story. Like, you can choose to save this main character or save this main character. Because back when I I think it was in 3 when they made the fans decide if Dom lived or died by a voting thing on Xbox 360. Just put it in the game if you want to see Dom die or not. I mean, make it an option.
That is something that I think is kind of lacking in a lot of games with storyline-driven games where you have an option. Give us an option because that makes us feel a little bit more in control of everything instead of this is the way you got to go. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even any storyline game. Like if I'm given an option, that makes me feel a little bit more like, okay, this is catering to me a little bit more. This is my choice and everything like that. And I think that would be a good way for any storyline driven game to be like, okay, we're going to give back to the fans even.
Right. Like I would love to see like with that, like when Dom died, I would have loved to see you have the option of doing it with Dom, driving that truck in, doing it with Marcus, having him sacrifice himself like that. Or, not doing anything like that at all, and you having to go through guns blazing, blowing shit up, and having to fight balls to the wall to survive. And if you decided not to do the first 2 options of sacrificing somebody, then it scales the difficulty up to a crazy level to make you regret not sacrificing somebody for the storyline. I would love to see that it be more, be more intense, more, I don't know, immersive to me, I guess, because you kind of really got to think. And when you're playing it right away, you might not know what that's going to be your repercussions of doing it. But it's kind of like GTA 5. Just really quick, if you play through GTA 5, at the end you can choose to kill one of the 3 characters or nobody at all, and then you got to go through and do other missions. So have some challenges, have some repercussions.
Did they ever say who the main character 4-5 was going to be? Is it that girl?
It looks like
JD?
It looks like it's going to be Kate Diaz, and JD is going to be a sidekick.
See, I'm okay with that because you see Marcus for a minute, and I was like, you know what? It'd be really cool if you played a character that was underneath Marcus and he was just around, because I like Marcus Phoenix. Believe me, I love that character. They nailed it, but I mean, you want to play different people. Like Judgment, he played as what's his name, blonde haired. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name either. Judgment was terrible, but
I know it was terrible, but at least they give you the different option of playing a different person.
Oh yeah,
than Marcus. But that's my opinion. I just like character variety. But.
And I agree with that as well. Somebody that's completely new, somebody that's not Marcus' kid or family, because everything wants to follow. So a completely new storyline, or at least a new branch of the same story, is decent, especially with the whole being from family with Locust descent and an outsider of Locust descent. It's kind of interesting, and they could take it into a crazy, drastic way. Part of me kind of wants to see her come through and be that one that is trying to help them wipe out the Locusts, because the Locusts are scum. In her eyes, but then I would also kind of like to see her be infiltrating COG and working with Locust and trying to take them down. And like perhaps COG is the reason, or government or somebody is the reason why the Locusts are what they are and who they are. So I would kind of love to see either one of those 2 directions go, but I think I want to see more of her infiltrating and trying to destroy COG. I don't know why. It'd be something interesting, and maybe that's the way the Gear story ends.
I mean, it's different too. It's not something that's been done over and over. Stuff that's been done over and over is the good guy is fighting the bad guy no matter what. Even if something happens to where they're a little bit conflicted, they still end up picking the good guy's side. And
can the Locust get a win? Come on, man. All of our Locust viewers out there, I know you're offended by what Pat said about the scum Locust, but it's...
That's okay. We don't need Pat. You can have a Locust in that screen. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like whenever I play online, like I love to play as a Locust. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love to play as the Locust for the multiplayer.
You play as a boomer, don't you?
No, I'm not one of them.
One of them.
Like
wow.
He's not a Bastion main either. Just like he's not a Bastion main. Let's be real.
What's wrong with Bastion mains?
No. That's an entirely different story that we'll talk about another time. That I think
he's already getting triggered about it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna stop right there.
something that he did touch on with if people want to comment and tell us that we're idiots and this what we should know about any games. Also, if anybody wants to comment and say, hey, talk about this game, talk about this platform, talk about whatever, we are 100% willing to work with our viewers and we'll be putting stuff into the show. You watch your shit there, Bumpy.
We love the abuse. We love the abuse.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to go there.
Let's just stop before this goes entirely
I'm not
different
going
direction.
there. But
Well, where is it going?
Any
Where is it
interaction.
going?
If you guys think we're doing something poorly, say it in our comment section. We'll try to fix some stuff or anything. Except for Bumpy, apparently, because he's a dick. The next game that we were going to talk about was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which
What's
is
that?
It's a Call of Duty game.
What's that?
It's a shoot 'em up game. You go boom, boom,
Shooting
boom.
pew pew.
Yeah, pew pew. So with the Call of Duty game, it does come out October 25th of this year. I know Bumpy is going to be running a 12-hour stream of it.
12-hour stream, and then we're giving a copy of the game away at the end of the stream.
Okay, and
so
I know
copy. Remember that physical.
Yep. Physical copy.
Not a digital. It is going to be a physical copy of the game. So you will receive a case with disc.
Delivered by carrier pigeon.
Wait, you're going to fly to him?
Yeah, it's just going to be me in a pigeon costume. Knock, knock. Here's your game. Congrats.
Carrier Raven. Raven. Carrier Raven.
We went over. It was 25th is a Friday, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So
I don't know, like, you know how GameStop's weird with like how they release things, because I pre-order mine at GameStop as much as I'm against that, but that's a video for another time. I don't know how they're going to do that with like, because they've been weird about their midnight releases. It's been starting at like 10, 11, stuff like that. So I'll put up something on my social media pages, and if you're subscribed to my channel or follow my channel, you'll get the notification when I am online. I'll jump online like 15 minutes before the stream actually starts to get everything going.
I will say just real quick, sorry to cut you off.
No,
I know more and more commonly now for big game releases, they are doing it straight across the board. So 12 a.m. Eastern time, all games are getting released throughout the country, here in the U.S. So 12 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Pacific. They've been releasing the game so that everything is going at once. That way they avoid all these leaks and spoilers and all this other crap.
And for our viewers overseas, we have no idea what time zone you are in.
Sorry, we can't help you there. And
So
I know we got a few people that listen from other countries overseas. So shout out to them. I think we had one listener from Russia, one from Italy, and we had
Nikolai. Yeah, thanks, bud.
We have like 3 or 4 from the UK. So thanks to everybody for listening. But we have no idea what time your shit's gonna release, so can't help you there.
But we will be plugging that on all of our streams whenever we are able to stream. I know Bumpy and I are able to, at the moment, have a little bit easier schedules to post and everything. But we will be also plugging that a little bit when it gets closer to October 25th. But Call of Duty will be releasing. It's PlayStation 4, Xbox, PC. It's everything except for Switch, because Switch won't have it apparently. It's going to be another Call of Duty game. It's not going to be the old shit that no one can scope in and you're just iron sights and it's a pain in the ass, to me at least. It's not going to be this uber futuristic shit where you're pretty much a stormtrooper and shooting lasers. It's Modern Warfare. You're going to have more modern guns. The thing that really blew me away with it, and the reason that I really am going to try to pick it up day one, and I'll try to do that 12-hour stream with Bumpy, is that the graphics are just going to be absolutely insane. I know they did get a new engine to use. Everything's going to be hyper realistic. I know, Neff, you have some stuff to talk about with the HD cameras and everything like that they use to talk about the character and gun design.
Yeah. Yeah, so everything that I've heard, I'm taking with a grain of salt, huge grain of salt. So everybody that's listening and watching, take it as the same. Um, but there's been a lot of leaks that have been coming out. The same people that said that they are doing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a reboot, are saying the same thing, where the developers have been going out and using crazy high resolution cameras to do hyper realistic photo scans of character models, of weapon models, things like that. So everything is supposed to have a crazy amount of detail and a huge focus on realism, on minor details that maybe some you military guys like Bumpy, that you might be able to pick out and be like, holy shit, they actually got that correctly. Whereas other games, they'll have minor shit that's not correct. Like I've seen a few things where they have a couple different games where they had like the M1 Garand made by the wrong manufacturer for the time that it was being used. So they're supposed to be focusing on a lot of this shit that's actually going to be factual. Um, One thing I read was that when you customize a weapon, you're supposed to basically be able to break it completely down and use it. I don't know if anybody remembers playing, I think it was Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon.
To where you can customize the barrel, customize the grips, the rails, the stock, your type of magazine. It's supposed to be a whole lot of different things that they're talking about customizing. I can't remember what they said about the magazine because I was a little taken aback by it. But I don't know if it's like the design or it's extended mag or what exactly they were trying to say, or maybe a dual mag, but they said something about changing the style of magazine you have. So I don't fucking know. But yeah, apparently breaking it down completely. And then the pre-match character customization, supposedly they went out to the desert or somewhere and took these hyper-realistic photo scans and character models, and that's how you're adjusting your character's design. So they're going to be going more in depth with your character for what you can do, and your ghillie suits are actually going to work to where it's not obvious that somebody's just laying there in the grass sniping. Like they're supposed to be legit, like more realistic, where it's not just a bunch of leaves. So we'll see. We'll see. I have high hopes.
That bush just threw a tomahawk at me. No, I'd be excited to see that with because I mean, if you look at any Call of Duty, it's the same base that they've been using for years. Here's your gun, here's the attachments, there's your skins. That's all you get. If they say, hey man, you want to put, like between grips, like you got your bipod, your tripod, you have your front angle grip, you have your just regular hand grip. If you could change the different grips or the different rail style, free flowing to non free flowing barrels, that would be awesome. Or if you could train, between like a regular flash hider and a suppressor, almost like how Battlefield had their customization for all their guns, you could put pretty much anything on those guns. And even if it's that simple as just doing what Battlefield did, not like, how you said Ghost Recon, you could get stupid detail with Ghost Recon to where like you're putting in like certain firing pins with different colors and rhinestones on that say juicy across the side of the dust cover. Like even like a minor change of just saying like, hey, you can, change a free flowing barrel to a fixed barrel, stuff like that. It'd be a nice little change to see as far as like weapon customization, because like I said, they've been using the same formula for years now. Just tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, and the big thing with this game, and I know we have talked about it on a couple other videos, is they're really pretty much riding that fence line with the moral gray area and what this game is going to be about and who some of the other characters are going to be. Like in multiplayer, when you're playing, you're going to be the good guys or you're going to be these little kids and teenagers. And I think that's like that. It makes it more realistic, for one, and it's really gonna mess with some people. I think they're gonna have some issues, and I really feel like this is gonna probably be more of the one of the more controversial Call of Duty games that have come out with that you're gonna go shoot this 8-year-old kid. That's the realism that they're trying to get into this game, and it's really going to open some eyes, I think, and it's really going to probably piss some people off.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I actually stumbled across with that whole morality of the game and everything is supposedly it's going to be tactical based moral choices. Okay, where when you're going through the game, you can have these kids and these civilians that are running like in every other Call of Duty game. Usually when you shoot a civilian, to say, "Hey, you
Don't
fucking
shoot
idiot!
civilian.
Don't shoot
Yeah.
civilians. You're a fucking idiot. Don't shoot these motherfuckers." Now, apparently, the game is not going to stop you if you shoot somebody. You shoot them, and you supposedly are supposed to receive a morality score or something like that at the end of your mission. Okay, so what's been explained to me is that while you're playing it, you're gonna have civilians all over the damn place, and they might go for a gun and shoot you, or attempt to shoot you, or they might go for a grenade or a rocket, and try to either attack you, or maybe they're gonna attack the insurgents or whoever you're fighting against. You have no fucking clue. So it's going to be more of a mind fuck in a lot of different ways, because you're going to run through, and it hopefully is going to impact your story and how the outcome plays out. Are you going to run through and just fucking mow down every civilian that's there, and then your game suffers greatly because of it? Maybe they'll do where you get in trouble. If you're Captain Price and you're going through and you're mowing down innocent civilians, maybe he ends up dying at the end of the game, because somebody ends up taking him out for it. Or maybe, you allow people to not do anything, and then who knows, maybe one of these guys comes out and destroys your entire squad with an RPG because you didn't take them out when you had the opportunity, because they were a civilian or because they were a child.
I think that's going to make people have to play a little bit, I guess, more smarter, for lack of a better term, more intelligent. And it's really going to take away from the whole spray and pray method. And that's with any type of game. Like, okay, I'm going to just spray and pray, and here's this wave of innocent civilians. Are you going to? And especially if you get like points taken away for mowing down innocent people, like that's gonna, if that hurts your score and everything, that's gonna make people have to hold that half a second and try to figure shit out, and not just fucking spray and pray.
Yeah. And I know like we've all covered this a little bit from our personal lives. Bumpy, you being military, and then all three of us having the same job at one point. Threat assessment, that's part of what it's supposed to be graded on. And then I think, if I can remember correctly, I don't know if it's an actual number score or if it's a rank like A to F. But one of the things that I believe I read was that you can get rewards for the higher score you have. So maybe you'll see a crossover into multiplayer. You're playing properly. You're not killing random people for no reason. Maybe you get better sights. Maybe you get an ACOG or something for a long range, for a AR, or like an M16. I don't know, but it all seems interesting. It's something that Call of Duty has never done before.
Fucking imagine you're playing multiplayer and you're just looking for people without the names above them or the red names, and this fucking civilian just crosses your path and you just don't see that green name above them, and you just fucking fire and shit. That could change the game quite a bit, and
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
I'd like to see something along the lines in the story of, with like civilian casualties, to where I hate saying it being a point system, because it takes away from what they're trying to show, I feel like, and it makes it a game. And I know it's a game, but with these morality choices, it's like you turn the corner, kick a door in, shoot a guy, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head, and it was a civilian, and you're like, oh shit, like I just did that. Now, at the end of it, if it's just like, hey, you kill a civilian and that's like minus 100 points, like, oh, it's just a score. Like, there's terrible shit out in the world, people. Like,
Yes.
Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. But I think it's gonna like kill the rhythm of the real quick, spray and pray Call of Duty players, like you said. And let me backpedal here. What I would like to see with it is, you go into a mission, you got 5 guys in your squad. Your Price, you're leading Task Force 141 into a building, you smoke 2 civilians. That next mission, your squad isn't so helpful towards you. They don't trust your leadership, and there's a morality meter with your team. So if you're getting pinned down, they don't necessarily start shooting the guys that are shooting you. They are shooting the guys that are shooting other team members. Like, they're not like throwing you to the wolves in a sense, but they're kind of hesitant to come help you, and
That would be awesome.
I really got excited listening to that.
That man,
and like if the morality meter gets so low, you just lose.
yeah,
Right. Or they give you less people on your team the next mission. You had 5. One of them was like, I can't work with this guy, and he's taken off your team to where you only have 4 the next mission. Granted, I don't think they do that because it would hurt the flow of the story if they do have like 4 guys attached to you that are main characters, but have the story dialogue at least change. Like you go into the next mission and he's like, dude, I don't know what happened to you that next mission, but let's try and keep it clean this time. Have them kind of dog you so it makes you feel even more terrible than you did when you accidentally shot the civilian.
That
yeah.
would be
Like
insane, dude.
like imagine shooting a civilian, and being like, "What the fuck are you thinking? Get your fucking head on straight." Something just constant, like voice dialogue that's gonna be saying that. I agree. That would be phenomenal. I mean, I think you may be thinking way ahead of what they're trying to do, but that could be amazing. Uh, imagine,
Just donate, sponsor to us. Come on, please.
um,
Please.
you know, with like what you were saying, just I don't know, I'm just thinking about playing a game and if I can order my squad to go do something and they're refusing or more reluctant to do it because I shot a civilian in the head twice, and then walked over their dead body and shot them a couple of times for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like that would be awesome to see all that play a much more significant role in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And keep moving on, keep moving forward with this because I know we want to try to keep this to 45 minutes or so. We know we're going to get search and destroy game modes. We're going to get team deathmatch and multiplayer. We know we're going to get a big storyline and everything, like always. One of the big things that I noticed, there's not going to be zombies. They are bringing back Spec Ops, and zombies is gone. There's not going to be zombies in this game, which, as much as I love, and all 3 of us got on and played Fortnite Horde mode, which is pretty much zombies. Let's be real. And we had a lot of fun playing that. But with it being Modern Warfare and having a Spec Ops mode, I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be a lot more realistic, which is obviously what they're trying to go with this game.
Mm-hmm. And I'm perfectly okay with there not being any zombies. I haven't really touched zombies in years. I don't know. It's not my thing. I know a lot of people that love it are gonna be bummed out about it, but I prefer the more tactical. I prefer the more realistic scenarios to play through. That's why I love Spec Ops back on COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I absolutely loved it. I mean, granted, they were very fantasy, especially Modern Warfare 2. Stuff that's probably never gonna happen, but it was still a bit, to me, more entertaining than what zombies was.
Right. And I mean, right now I use zombies if I'm trying to kill like some time in between, like, you know, waiting for one of you guys to jump on or something like that, or if I'm just trying to warm up like my shots or my aiming or something like that, I'll jump on zombies for like 5-10 minutes, run around. But Modern Warfare, the series, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, they never had zombies. I didn't expect them to have zombies. If they did, it's whatever. I know, I think it was a China only release. It was Modern or Call of Duty Online. It was like every Call of Duty from a certain time period, like Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, plus a couple other titles in the series crammed together. You had zombies on Modern Warfare 2 maps, and seeing it, and you can find videos on YouTube of it, it was kind of just like, why though? Like, it doesn't need it. I mean, save it for Black Ops. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah, Treyarch is the ones that run zombies, and they did it fantastically. I mean, they started it with World at War. I enjoyed it on World at War. That was when I played it the most because it was so fresh.
Yeah.
It honestly has no place in any Infinity War title, in my opinion. I mean, that's just me. I know we kind of all share the same opinion. I might have just upset some diehard zombies players out there, but give me the big fuck you. I don't care. It is what it is.
And I mean, it's not needed. I also don't think that they need a battle royale mode. I know they haven't talked about put it in, but that's a staple nowadays that everybody tries to throw into their games. And I know they had Blackout, which was fine, but I just don't think it's another game mode. If you put a Call of Duty title out there, boots on grounds, modern weaponry, people are going to play it. It's a Call of Duty. People are going to play it regardless. It doesn't matter what the title is. It could be Ghost, World War II, World War, whatever. people are going to buy and they're going to play Call of Duty. I bought in the last, I don't know, I think I've bought in a Call of Duty every time a new one's come out since Call of Duty 3, I think. And I keep telling myself I'm not going to go back for the abuse, but I keep doing it because
when Infinity Warfare or Infinity, whatever came out, that pretty much got all its sales because what was remastered?
COD 4 remastered, Modern Warfare remastered.
Yeah, like that's what made that their sales for that game. Literally nobody wanted to play Infinite Warfare. Everyone wanted to play the remastered.
I hit something like level 25 on Infinite Warfare, and that was it. All my time went to Modern Warfare remastered. I spent like $80 or whatever it was.
And I feel like this could be a really good episode. Eventually, would be the Battle Royale mode. I'm just gonna hit this super quick, and then we can move on to Borderlands 3. I really feel like any game that just kind of, we're gonna have this game mode, Battle Royale game mode in. That is just a money grab. They're just trying to. And I know Bumpy. I know you streamed it the other day. Was Fallout 76. That was a money grab for them.
You know what though?
It ran really well. I love.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I really loved your stream for that.
I had heard a lot of issues of it. Like it was bad. It was terrible. Me and Tyler were like, "Hey, dude, let's jump on for a quick couple of games." We won 2 out of the 4 we played, and I had a Scorch Beast breathing down my neck for half of the last part of the game.
That was fucking.
And I'm sitting here in a bush crying, thinking about all the mistakes I've made in life, and this thing's just circling me I'm a human Happy Meal. And then I see him bolt across the street, and he just swipes one time and kills the dude. It was the last 2 guys. Kills that guy, and then I win. So I owe him a high five and a Coke because he apparently got my back.
But okay, what was it? Metal Gear Survive or some shit was a Battle Royale mode in it. And I really think if you're gonna do a Battle Royale mode in a game, that should be what the game is. That's why Fortnite has been so well done. And
Fortnite, Apex.
It pretty much focuses just on that mode. It has every now and then it has things come out for the story or whatever, but that's something that I don't really. I would really not expect Call of Duty to go after. Granted, they've done stupid stuff in the past, but I feel like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Pat.
No, I just honestly, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I do enjoy the Battle Royale games. It's just a game mode to me, like anything else. Capture the flag, search and destroy, team deathmatch, whatever. I really don't care if they're gonna put it in. If you don't want it, you don't like it, don't play it.
Don't play it.
It's just as simple as that. But I get what you're saying. Why take the resources for something that could need constant updates and everything when you could be flowing that into the actual gameplay for multiplayer, the actual story mode, some DLC, some good maps, some extra shit that we would love to see. That we
especially with COD. Yeah. Especially with COD, you have those resources. Fuck the Battle Royale mode. Give us some new guns and a new map.
Right.
And we don't have to pay extra for.
Yes.
See if they're going to follow that, which I think they said that there is no COD pass, and I think they said
yes,
the map packs are all free as well.
Yeah.
Which is a smart move on their part.
Yeah.
And the cross-platform play, so we'll all be able to play together, PlayStation, Xbox, living in unison. I don't know if anybody else has anything to go with on COD, but I have one yes or no question.
Wait. Can we go with a full story like you did last episode?
No, it's going to literally be one yes or no question before we move on to Borderlands. So if anybody has anything left to add for COD, go ahead.
I got one thing. I hope they put more guns in at launch, only because if you look at the spectrum of Call of Duties, they have 6 assault rifles, they have 4 sniper rifles, they have maybe 4 or 5 SMGs, a rocket launcher, and 3 shotguns and a couple of sidearms. Put 8 of every type of category of gun, just 8 of them. There's
plenty of them out there. There's plenty of them out there from different militaries.
And even if it isn't like an RPG, but a grenade launcher or some stupid shit like shake things up a little bit and give us a variety to choose from.
And because you look at it, look at the World War II one that they just had come out a couple of years ago. It was like, hey, here's some guns, but we got 30 melee weapons.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Here's 3 different types of grenades.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that absolutely. I mean, there's no reason why we can't have a bunch of U.S. based weapons, a bunch of Canadian based weapons, a bunch of Israel based weapons. You know, there's so many weapons out there that they could fill up. I mean, if I wanted to, and I'm sure you probably could as well, could sit down and name probably 30 weapons right off the top of our heads that would fall under the AR category. And then like probably another 15 to 20 for me, myself. I know for sure for SMGs, shotguns. I mean, there's just so damn many. There's no reason why we sit with 6 for a freaking game like that. Like, it's just ridiculous.
All right, let's hear this
right.
yes or no question.
Okay, will we see a Modern Warfare 2 or 3 remaster with
Maybe
Modern Warfare?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say that they're going to release it later on. Like, they're going to let it go for a couple months, and then you might see it, because I've told you guys before, and I think I mentioned it once before. See, I'm doing a long explanation like Austin said.
You gave me shit. And
I had heard a rumor from a reliable source that they had in their stock.
Pickle Rick is not a reliable source. I see him behind.
Pickle Rick. I had heard from a reliable source that they had a bundle for the new Modern Warfare that had Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I believe it. Very, reliable guy says he saw it, and then it was taken off the computer an hour later. That's kind of hard to cover up. So what I think that they're trying to do with the marketing for this is, with every Call of Duty, they had that huge like deluxe bundle that had that like one gimmick item, like the Night Vision Goggles RC car. I think that they're going to save those until closer to the release date, because they don't want people mobbing the stores as soon as they're released and like, oh, the pre-orders, so we got to go get the special edition.
I'm saying no now. Eventually, maybe. I feel like they put a lot of resources into this game, and for everything that they're talking about doing with this game, I feel like they're not going to have that. That's my.
I just feel like it'd be a waste of marketing not to, though. I mean, so many people want it. Why wouldn't you?
Because they put so much into this game. I don't think they have the resources to put some people on a remaster game.
I'm just going to say this. Sledgehammer's game for next year got canceled. They could be working on the title for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered along with Raven Software. And they have done more to keep Modern Warfare under wraps this year than any Call of Duty they've released.
That is
back to like Call of Duty 2. So that leads me to believe that there's something major under wraps that has not come to light, because they're doing their damnedest to keep it from leaking, because it will absolutely break everything. Like, we haven't seen gameplay yet. Something's going on.
But you said with this new Modern Warfare game, right. So it could be a remaster that comes out after holiday or around holiday. That doesn't count. So
they're working on the next Medal of Honor. Let's go,
dude. I would be so fucking stoked. Don't even joke about that shit. I loved Medal of Honor back in the day.
Medal of Honor's dead. Medal of Honor's dead.
You watch your whore mouth.
It is dead. It's dead.
You're a fucking whore. So Bumpy,
dead.
Bumpy, yeah, I'm gonna kick his ass. Bumpy, Borderlands 3. What do you got, buddy?
It's a game. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I wrote down.
That's it.
No, I'm excited for it. I don't know if you guys played it, but they, I think it was around E3. They announced a new DLC for Modern Warfare. Yeah, they announced a new DLC. No, it was for Borderlands 2. It was Commander Lilith and the attack on Sanctuary. I was kind of skeptical about it, because I'm like, man, that's kind of weird that they're throwing a random DLC, and Borderlands 2's been out for a while and they haven't done anything with it really. And then I played it, and it brought like all the feelings I had about Borderlands 2 back to me. It was awesome. They put in a new weapon variant called Rainbow, and I forgot about it. I heard about it, didn't really think anything of it. I killed like a common enemy, and I got this SMG, and it was like metallic rainbow colored. I was like, oh, dude, this is pretty cool. It's one of the rainbow guns. So I started shooting it, and you know the guns, I think it's Torg, or not Torg, but you shoot it and you can throw it at the enemy.
Yes.
Well, I was shooting enemies, went to go reload, threw it, and it flipped sideways, started spinning and shooting while it was bouncing towards him. And I'm like, dude, that is awesome. So I kept playing the DLC. Well, the DLC leads into Borderlands 3. So it explains how it links over together, and I highly recommend it's a free DLC. It's maybe like an hour or two if you play straight through the main story of it, but it explains a lot. And spoilers for anybody who hasn't played it, but Bloodwing, I can't remember, what was his name? Mordecai. Mordecai's a bird. He does get another one in the DLC named Talon. It's a baby Bloodwing, and it's awesome. The first time you meet him, he just dives in and takes on like 4 dudes like it's nothing. So that kind of brought a smile on my face because I was Mordecai when Borderlands 1 came out. Loved Bloodwing, loved it all. There's a couple new characters that they show you in it.
Spoilers are over right now, just for people that were fast forwarding through.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But they lead into Borderlands 3, and the things that I saw on Borderlands 3 during the E3 press conference and everything, it's everything that they needed to put in Borderlands. You got to where, like, if you guys are level 40 and I'm a level 10, it scales the leveling for the enemies down to where we're doing the same amount of damage, but they look like they're level 40s on your screen, they look like level 10s on my screen, and they do that for the gun. So if Pat opens up a chest, it's a bunch of level 40 weapons. It's the same weapons, but they're scaled to my level. So I can pick them up for me, and Pat looks at me and he's like, you know what? I don't really want these anyways, and he takes off. Each gun manufacturer now does different things. So Jacobs rifles, if you shoot a headshot and get a crit with the headshot, the bullet ricochets and hones into the target that's right next to him and will hit him in the head too. There's alternating fire. There's a pistol that it can shoot regular bullets, or you can alternate fire and it shoots mini missiles. There's a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher that shoots fucking caustic cheeseburgers. Like, there's anything you can think of in this game. There's like a billion different variants of guns. So.
And you can tell who actually did their homework and which game they were going to be reviewing.
I kicked doors down. Oh, I can keep going. You want me to keep going? I'm going to keep going. So on top of that, there's the 3 new characters you got. There's the Beast Hammer, which I'm kind of interested to play that. There's also the tank-ish soldier, which can throw down the mech suit, which is called the Bear, that one of your buddies can jump on the back of. It's kind of got a short cooldown, though. I was looking more towards playing her, but I don't think I'm going to. Then you got like the special agent that can throw out a decoy and then like teleport to that decoy. You got the Siren, which does siren things. It's the same siren type thing, except this one's more of a melee siren. On top of that, you got the ability to, if you like run past a golden weapon that you forgot about, you go back to Sanctuary, it'll be in a vault for you, so it auto collects your loots, kind of like the Cryptarch did, or the Postmaster did in Destiny. Cross-platform play.
Real quick, just that part with it collecting your loot for you and everything. I feel like awesome. More games should take advantage of that, because that makes us feel like we didn't fuck up and like, oh shit, I completely missed that or whatnot. And I know certain games won't be able to do that, but games like that where you're pretty much going out and doing missions and everything like that, like Borderlands, like Destiny. I haven't played Anthem, but I'm fairly certain is that similar to where you're going out and doing missions and you can collect shit?
Anthem is like a dirty diaper on fire, dude. It was bad. Like no. And I'm getting to your answer here. It was so hard to do the missions because they give you no direction. It's like, hey, you need to go do this. Okay, well, where is that at? I don't know. Figure it out, bud. And then that's it. Like, that's really what they did to you. But it was like, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, but games like that where it's like, okay, say it's like we play Dauntless. Like, you're gonna go to this place, you're gonna destroy this monster, collect everything for me, so I don't have to go click on everything. That makes it much easier on me. And like what you were just saying with this, with when it was like Destiny 2, okay, like I missed this, so the Postmaster has it. That makes more sense to me than making me have to go click on every damn item. That takes time away from me playing the actual game. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, now I gotta walk around for 5 minutes while I click on everything and figure out what shit I want. Go put everything in my fucking inventory anyway, even if it's at the home base, and then I can go through it later when I actually want to be able to do that.
Right. And I got two more points and then one more thing, and then I'll throw it to you guys because it's the last thing is not really a yes or no question, but I want your opinions on it. One thing that they introduced in this was that you can actually revive the NPCs that are with you. So if Lilith gets shot and goes down, you have to run over and actually revive her like you would another teammate. Um, the one other thing I was going to talk about was they actually have environmental stuff now, not just like the explosion barrels and the corrosive barrels. You can like run by a pipe, shoot it, oil starts spilling out onto the ground, and then you can turn and shoot it, and it'll ignite, like the trail of oil and out. So that's pretty cool. But the last thing I wanted to touch on was Borderlands is one game that I would absolutely love them to try a battle royal because of how many guns there are, and it could be a stock, it could be a stock character, like not a siren, nothing, to where you open up like the porta potty in a bandit, camp, find a gun, boom, pick it up, that's your gun.
I got first dibs on this. I got first dibs.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I say let you pick your stock character, make it a little bit more like Apex, or you pick your character and let it be a little bit more like Apex, where you have a certain ability to use. It just takes a little bit of time to accumulate the energy, I guess, to use that. I think that would be a really good idea, and I think that would actually be really cool because A, the art style, and B, how many different guns, like you said. And that I wouldn't be opposed to that one. I really wouldn't.
I do like that idea. At first, I was like, "Wow, these guys are saying, battle royale is just a cash grab, money grab, blah, 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 blah." But no, I think with Borderlands, it could potentially be fantastic. And as far as the like choosing your character and everything, I would love to see to where, like you said, you pick a character and then you pick up class mods and everything going along within the game, and that is part of your inventory slot. Where like if you pick up a class mod, it might give you a boost for some weapons. It might give you a little bit of extra health or a little bit extra shield or maybe a little bit more shield regeneration. Nothing that's going to be crazy overpowered, but enough to where something might like an actual legendary item would actually feel like it's legendary because it gives you enough of a buff. So I think that would be awesome. I doubt they'll actually do that because they're so focused on the game itself and the storyline,
Right.
which I can't blame them for by any means, but it would be interesting to see and a hell of a lot of fun.
Let me ask you guys this. What characters do you feel like you're going to pick? I know M the other day said she was going to pick the Siren. I know, Pat, you said you like more tanky characters, so maybe I think her name's Maz with the bear mech suit might be up your alley. I don't know. Austin?
Uh, I enjoy tanky characters in a lot of games, so maybe that. But I also like just visually appealing, and as stupid as that may sound, someone that looks fucking badass, I'm more likely to pick. And like I said, I like tanky characters though, just because I'm the dumbass that runs in the middle of everything, and you guys can
We
attest.
know. We
Yes,
know.
that's exactly where I was going. You guys can attest to this. I am the dumbass that likes to run in and try to fuck shit up right off the bat. So the more health and armor I can have, the better.
I think I'm leaning more towards like the Beast Tamer because just the ability to like, I think he has like three or four different monsters that he can just throw out there. I don't know. Like I said, I played Mordecai, who uses Bloodwing all the time. I just like that. I like the whole like Beast Mastery pet thing. I was a hunter in WoW for years, so I just always gravitate towards those kinds of characters. But any thoughts on that, or anything you guys are excited for on Borderlands?
Uh, I got a couple things that I read on PC Gamer that I kind of forgot about from watching the gameplay reveal and everything. Um, the fact that the story is going to be about 30 hours if you play straight through it, without doing side missions or anything. So 30 hours of quest straight is pretty damn good. Like that's quite a bit. I mean, we know how Borderlands is. Like you can go in one little starting area and then you could have to take like 15 to 20 minutes to get to the quest location, and then battle through it and fight your ass off with waves of enemies, seemingly waves of enemies, and that could take another half hour or so. So I mean, it could be like only a handful of quests overall, but for 30 hours, and I think that was what they said was like the fastest time they found anybody completing it. That's still a pretty damn good chunk of gameplay, along with all the side missions and shit, and then whatever DLC we got coming up. You can hijack enemy vehicles. I'm kind of interested to see what exactly they mean by hijack. I don't remember seeing that on the gameplay video. I kind of wanted to go back and rewatch it. But if you can jump up and like grab a hold of a fucking guy that's in a vehicle, throw his ass out, hear him screaming, and then run over him, that would be just fucking badass in pure Borderlands style.
Oh yeah.
Grab Psycho out and him just start yelling and doing their thing. I mean, who doesn't love the Psychos? Moxie's returning. I'm thrilled about that. I love Moxie's bar with the
Is that what you love about her?
machines. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then Emo.
He's not elaborating because his girlfriend or fiance, Suicide Girl, is probably sitting right next to him playing Fortnite. Just saying.
Loaded gun to his head.
Actually, she is playing Kingdom Hearts. But no, she
sorry.
knows that I will literally.
I didn't mean to offend.
Sorry, she is still sitting right next to him, and that's why he is not elaborating. Sorry, I fucked up the game.
We will literally go into Moxie's bar on Borderlands 2, or Borderlands, whatever one it was, and she will yell at me because I'll be standing there for like 20 minutes playing the fucking slot machines. Like
I do the same thing.
Dude, Brock got pissed at me one day because I fucking got a grenade out of the.
He got a grenade.
I
didn't say a word.
Did?
I'm just standing there putting money in it, and I'm just like, oh shit! And like just fucking bolted.
All right.
I can't help it, but that is legit. Like I love spending time on that fucking slot machines. I don't know why, but that damn thing is addicting. And that's why I'm thrilled that.
Yeah, sure. You just like looking at the animated characters.
And if I didn't mention as well, destructible cover. So I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, that's gonna be real cool.
How in depth that's gonna be. That's gonna be badass.
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping up. We went over 3 upcoming games that are coming out. Are all 3 coming out this year? Is Gears 5 coming out this year?
September 10th.
Okay, so all 3 are coming out this year. That's something that we wanted to make sure we went over. Some games that are coming out this year. I know I have a couple ideas for our next episode where we'll have to talk about that. And we will make sure we post something on our Facebook page, Middle of Nowhere Entertainment. And I'm sure all of us are going to talk about it on our socials. Okay. I thought a burp was coming, sorry. But this has been Middle of Nowhere Entertainment. Potato Aim Podcast, Episode 4. We've talked about Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, we've talked about Gears 5, and we have talked about Borderlands 3. If you guys, like I said, again, if you guys want us to talk about anything in particular, put it in the comment section. Tell us what we're doing wrong according to you, and maybe we'll fix it. But yeah, we really want to get some more fan interaction on these. And we do appreciate any support that we get, any reactions that we get, even if they're negative. Like, I take shit as constructive criticism. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure
I'm a snowflake.
Bumpy takes things personally. But literally, if you guys have anything like, hey, this could be done different, let us know so we can fix shit and try to keep getting better. We really do appreciate any type of reaction. Do you guys have anything to add for the end of the episode?
I just want to say I'm sorry I've been staring down for like the last minute or so, but I've been trying to pull up our Facebook page and everything, which you can find on Facebook at Middle of Nowhere Entertainment. We have had something like 2,276 views on our page, so that's a lot in like the last week that I started the page. We have reached 180 likes. So if anybody is watching this that has liked the Facebook page and clicked on any of our links and everything, we greatly appreciate it. that's a pretty huge start for us. I mean, for no time at all. I mean, we're really not doing a whole lot to try to go out and promote. So such a short term and getting so many views. I think we're up to like 6 or 7 followers on Spotify. We've had, I think it said 15 steady streams, like people that have watched more than like or listened to more than like 10 minutes of the stream. I think it was that I was looking at the numbers for. So I mean, it's a big start. You know, we can always do better. You know, we'll improve and everything. You know, maybe we'll sit down and get more organized as time's going on. As Suicide is sitting there to my left, looking at me, shaking her head, no, because we're a bunch of bumbling idiots, and we know it. We are.
It doesn't help that I've been drinking alcohol. I'm just saying.
And there goes the monetization for our channel.
You can drink.
There goes the monetization for
Capri Suns.
You can drink.
But anyway, yeah, so thank you to everybody that's followed. Subscribe to the channel. I know we've gotten a few more. I think we've totaled about 300 views on our 3 episodes now. So thank you to everybody. And again, if you support us on Patreon at Middle of Nowhere Entertainment, you know, we'll look at what we can do. If you got any suggestions for what we can do for our patrons, subscribers, and everything else, please let us know.
I do want to thank our first Patreon is my friend Nicole. I do want to give her a little shout out. Thank you for supporting us. I know she has followed at least me and Bumpy. I don't think she's been on when you've streamed Raven F, but I know she'll follow you at least. And I know she did give some subs to Bumpy today, and we really appreciate any type of support, whether it be a follow, a subscribe on YouTube, a like on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, anything like that. We do really appreciate that kind of stuff.
I just want to say I didn't get to do it on my Twitch stream, unfortunately, so I'm going to be a turd and do it here. Thank you, guys. I just hit 151 followers on Twitch, and it's huge for me. Anytime I can get one follow, it does mean a lot to me. With these giveaways, I'm trying to give back, trying to show it. It's just huge. And I know we've mentioned it several times, but all 3 of us are Twitch streamers. One of us is usually on throughout the day. Granted, our schedules vary, and some days we're not on. I know I'm not on Thursday, Sundays. Austin, I don't know what days you're not on. I know you told me your schedule, but
my schedule is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 to 10. 10:30 whenever, if we're streaming together, and then I will also be on Friday and Saturday, and I'm gonna have 2 streams both days coming up soon.
There you go. And it's not so much if you go to our channels and like our Twitch channels and sub to us and all of that. We appreciate it, but seeing this channel, all 3 of us coming together and getting this done and seeing it, you know, flourish, it's awesome. It's an awesome experience to know that we have people support, not just our friends that are like, hey, you know what, I've known these guys for years, I'm gonna throw them a like, but people we don't even know. Like we had people from a couple states that I didn't even know, and
West Virginia.
Yeah, so it was just kind of cool to see that, and we do really appreciate it. And like Austin said earlier and reiterated, any money that we get from this, we do throw it right back into the stream. I know down the road I would like to do a charity stream on Twitch and everything. Just 100%. To kind of give back.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't just be me, it would be all of us together on the same thing. But I'll get off my soapbox again. Thank you, everybody.
Oh man.
All right. So I'm gonna say I'm just gonna kind of end the stream here. We're at an hour and 3 minutes, which is about 15 minutes. We're getting better. We are getting better. We're going to try to hit about 45 minutes to an hour each stream. That's kind of what we're aiming at. We're not exactly sure what we're going to go over with the episode 5 of the Potato Aim podcast, but I have a couple ideas. We're going to shoot some stuff around. Follow us on Facebook. Follow all of us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. We will definitely say what the next episode is going to be about after we communicate to each other about it. But this has been Potato Aim Podcast, Episode 4. I'm Odin's Beard 43.
I'm Raven F.
I'm Bumpy Rug.
Thanks, guys, for stopping out and hanging out.
Bye.
Deuces.
Bye.